Alright, good morning everybody, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time you're tuning into this video, just make sure that it is good. My name is Game Boy Rob, and today I have another deck for you guys today. I have a really interesting deck list for you guys that I like to refer to as, that I like to call Sivir's Kegs. This is a Sivir Bilgewater deck built around Kegs. Normally this is the part of the video where I would say, you know, this is a mid-range deck, or this is an aggro deck, or this is a, you know, a control deck. I'm having a hard time figuring out what kind of deck this is. This is a deck that in the early game sort of plays the control game, right? This deck, the best I can relate this deck to is it's kind of like Ezreal. It's kind of like Ezreal Draven, but more fair. It's kind of like Ezreal Draven. In the early game, you're playing as sort of a control style, keep up with your opponent, play yearly units, block down your opponent's stuff, and in the late game, you sort of transition into a burn style deck. This is a deck built around Sivir and Twisted Fate, and the new card, and the card that really makes this possible, is this new card, Line 'em Up. In case you're unfamiliar, this is a Bilgewater burst speed spell for 2 mana that says summon a powder keg and then create a knock 'em down in hand. And a knock 'em down is this. 1 mana, slow speed, fleeting, and it says deal 1 to anything. Obviously this works with the keg that was just summoned. So essentially if you play both Line 'em Up and knock 'em down, it's 3 mana to deal 2 damage to anything. Right? 3 mana slow speed Mystic Shot. That's not very good. However, if you can, as you probably are aware, kegs are very good with, you know, spells that are not deal 1 to something, right? Spells that deal 1 to a lot of things suddenly get a lot of value out of kegs. And that's what this deck aims to do. The buff, the unnerf, the revert to Make It Rain is another thing that really allows this sort of deck to exist. Make It Rain at 3 mana was basically unplayable in, you know, just because 3 mana to deal 3 damage to things and you can't even choose where the damage is going is just not a good card. But 2 mana to do that is suddenly a really good card. And if this doesn't say deal 1 3 times, if this says deal 2 3 times, suddenly Make It Rain is a very good card. So essentially what this deck is a Bilgewater Kegs deck that is sort of going to be racking up a lot of what I like to call incidental damage. We're running 6 1-drops, right? 3 Bakai Reapers and 3 Treasure Seekers, and so like there's a good chance in the early game that you can get a couple free hits in, just a bit of chip damage here and there. For the most part, it doesn't matter. We're running 3 Merciless Hunters, which has Fearsome, so every once in a while you're gonna get a Fearsome hit for 4, and your opponent's not gonna be too afraid of this stuff, right? It's not gonna be the end of the world for us or our opponent if they take a little bit of damage here and there, until suddenly it is. Because at the end of the game, you're gonna have all these kegs, and we're running one copy of Double Up as sort of a finisher, and 3 copies of this card, Ruinous Path. This card, Ruinous Path, is actually a very good Shurima card. I was actually very surprised by how good this card is and how just good it feels to play this whenever you can in this deck. This is the type of card that seems like it doesn't fit most decks. And I can't figure out exactly why it fits this deck, but it fits this deck very well, and it just does a little bit of damage, heals you up, replaces itself. It's just all around very strong. And I think it's because this deck is sort of a burn deck in disguise. And so at the end of the game, this is just sort of how we win, is just by burning our opponent down. Another card that really makes this possible is Treasure Seeker. Treasure Seeker is a new card, a card that just came out in the most recent patch. It is a 1 mana 2/1 that creates a Waking Sands in your hand when it's summoned. Now this card, Treasure Seeker, really surprised me. I knew this card was going to be kind of good. I knew this card was going to be okay. Any 1 mana 2/1 is not terrible, and any 1 mana 2/1 that creates a card in your hand is a good card. But the Waking Sands itself, I figured the Waking Sands was just sort of some trash card that like every once in a while you'll use it, but mostly it's just there. Maybe you'll use it as discard fodder. And for the most part, that's literally not true. Sandstone Charger, this card, Waking Sands, is actually a pretty good card. If if it's not taking up a draw, right? If you don't have to spend a drawing this out of your deck, then this card is actually really strong. It pressures your opponent really hard, it activates Reputation, and if you have stuff like Merciless Hunter, you can give your opponent vulnerable, right? You can give an important unit vulnerable, and then play the Waking Sands and just get a free kill on, whatever it is that you gave vulnerable, and that's really strong. Another thing we need to talk about with this deck is, I guess we could talk about the champions a little bit. This is a deck built around Sivir, and Sivir just got buffed in the most recent patch, and apparently she's really good now. There's a bunch of different Sivir decks running around, and this is one of them. Sivir went from leveling up after dealing 35 damage to dealing 30 damage. And I don't know how relevant that is in like the Overwhelm deck or in like the Zed Sivir deck that's making waves right now, but in this deck that is really relevant because we are dealing damage to a lot of things, but not like an incredible amount of damage, and it's not like Sivir's gonna be like 40 out of 30 all the time. So this buff to Sivir actually makes a big difference for this deck. It's weird to look at this deck and think that it synergizes really well with Sivir, but we actually do kind of flood the board, right? I've definitely had a lot of situations where I've got like a bunch of units on the board and a Sivir, and I attack and they all have quick attack and spell shield, and my opponent can't do anything. And so it is definitely a Sivir deck, although it doesn't really look like a Sivir deck either. It's really interesting. And then we've got Twisted Fate. This is much less of a Twisted Fate deck. This is not a deck built to like level up Twisted Fate. We do have a lot of card draw. We've got like Preservariums and Ruinous Paths and Fortune Croakers and Zaps Wraithen. We've got a lot of draw power, but Twisted Fate is not really here to level up. He's here to throw out a red card, wipe the board, and get value that way, right? He's just sort of a one and done most of the time. Every once in a while we can level him, but that's not really the goal of this deck. He's just sort of a red card bot. Twisted Fate is just a red card on a stick, essentially, in this deck, and that's all he needs to be. He's very strong in that role. And then the last card I want to talk about is we have a one main decked Ricochet, which is Sivir's champion spell. And I'm sure this is the card that a lot of people are going to be like, okay, Game Boy, I understand maybe you'd want double up. I understand that you'd want Make It Rain and all that stuff, and that makes sense. I get it. But why the hell would you put Ricochet in your deck? What the hell could Ricochet possibly be doing in this deck? It's memes, right? You can't even activate Reputation. And while that's kind of true, it is actually very difficult to activate Reputation in this deck. Ricochet actually has insane synergy with this deck. All you need to make Ricochet good is one Keg. If you have one Keg out, Kegs applied as a whole spell, which means that Ricochet goes from deal 1 to a random enemy or the enemy nexus 5 times to deal 2 to a random enemy or the enemy nexus 5 times, which means you spend 6 mana to deal a total of 10 damage randomly to the enemy units and their nexus. And that can be worth it. That can be worth 6 mana, and if you can cast that for 3 mana, that's even better, right? So yeah, and if you have 2 Kegs, then if you have 2 Kegs, then forget about it. That's insane. That's an insane amount. That's 15 damage coming out of this spell, and it, that's really good. That's really strong. So that's why there's a Ricochet in here. And yeah, we've got some card draw to not run out of steam. We're running 1 off of Rite of Negation because it's a great card. I don't think there's much else to talk about. Bakai Reaper might look like an interesting addition to this deck, but because we're sort of built around killing our opponent's units with like our spells and stuff, Bakai Reaper can get big pretty quick. And then our opponent has to deal with it or else take like 7. And again, we're sort of a burn deck. So like they have to deal with this before they take too much damage because else we'll just kill them in the late game. It's a really interesting deck. I highly recommend you guys give this deck a shot. It's very strong. I got myself out of Platinum. I started playing this deck around like Platinum 3 and got all the way up to literally, I think I'm Diamond 1 right now. I went from Platinum 3 all the way to Diamond 1. on almost entirely this deck. I went there using this deck pretty much alone, and I gotta say I highly recommend it. Now, that being said, this is not a deck that I created. This is not a deck built by me. This is a deck built by one of my viewers who goes by the name Dr. Chekhov. He gave me this idea. He didn't give me this idea. He literally just sent me the deck code, and I don't think I've changed a single card from what he created. So shout outs to Dr. Chekhov. Really well done. Really nice deck. Very fun. Very strong. And yeah, I played this deck all day on stream, and I got a bunch of sick games on stream. So I hope you guys enjoy the games that are about to show, that I'm about to show. And with all that said, come hang out on my Twitch stream. I stream every weekday, Monday through Friday, starting at 9 o'clock a.m. and going all the way till usually about 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come hang out. We have an awesome time. And yeah, with that said, enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys in the next video. He doesn't need a certain archetype, and his payoff isn't associated with a certain archetype either, right? Watching your own units die is just sort of generally something that Shadow Isles does. And stealing opponents' units is good no matter what region you're in, and no matter what your plan is, right? So I feel like Viego can just sort of go in a lot of places and be good. Or at least be okay. If not good, then at least be okay. Where he'll actually be good, who knows? Could you not?
Pride filled us forever. No place for men.
No place for men.
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's reckon!
Go get the shiny dove.
Go get the shiny dove. He's gonna be okay, but okay on a turn 5 champ, you still have to level up his meh. Looks at Kindred. The difference is that Kindred is still helping you.
Took it fair and square.
The difference is that even when Kindred... The difference isn't even... Or not Kindred. Kindred is not still helping you. I said it wrong. If you play Viego and he doesn't level, he's still providing you with these ephemerals. He's still getting really big, and he's got fearsome, and like, I don't know. He still has value. Kindred, if Kindred doesn't level, they're just a 4/4 with quick attack and nothing else. You know? And they're killing... Oh no, they're killing my weakest unit, who's definitely dying anyway. They're not doing anything, you know? They're literally not doing anything.
So it is.
So it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So I think Viego will definitely be better than Kindred. But that's not exactly saying much, right? So
Jinx?
Stands for Jinx.
Durr. I mean... Oh, plus Waking Sands even. Nice.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton! Right, Arda?
Right, Arda. What? What?
Everyone goes boom!
Friend? Why would you do that? What? Am I crazy? Was that a terrible play? Am I missing something?
I had the best job.
That felt like a terrible play.
go with the flow.
Nice. That's a very nice draw. That's a very nice draw.
Packed 'em good.
Packed him good. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know. I'm not actually that excited about Viego. Viego looks cool. He looks alright. He looks very flavorful.
I'm on the verge of something. I wonder.
But I'm here for Ashkan, I think. Or Akshan. Akshan looks much cooler to me. Alright, this is the sickest red card of my entire career, I think.
I'm always up for a round or two.
I'm always up for a round, or even two.
Draven out.
I don't like control, so Viego just looks scary to me, but I dig Akshan. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. That's kind of how I'm feeling as well. If Viego's good, he will be a super oppressive card, so I hate it. I don't know about that. Will he be oppressive? I mean, it's possible. I don't know. He'll just be big. He'll just be a big old stat stick until he levels,
In the car.
right? And then after he levels, that's a problem, right? A leveled Viego, that's oppressive. But it's not easy to level him. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure I'm gonna get hit by it eventually. But I have yet to see an entire board of elusives because of Sivir and a ghost. That has not hit me yet. I know it's coming. Leblanc Sivir. Turns out giving everything quick attack and spell shield is pretty good. Turns out giving everything quick attack and spell shield. That's pretty good. Yeah. Just missing the overwhelm and or elusive, right? And then we'd be good to go. Jungle Rammus. Jungle Rammus, by the way. I mean, that's really cute.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them. Gonna find a gift for Renekton. Right, Arda? Wrap him up tight.
Shapestone. Here we go again.
Your time in the cycle is done.
Your time in the cycle is done. Why not make it rain? I was thinking, because I wasn't envisioning a Merciless Hunter, I was envisioning a LeBlanc.
Put my face
It turns out if you can line them up and make it rain on this LeBlanc, that would be pretty good, right? That seems like it would be... I'm knocking my headphones off. That seems like it would be pretty good, and that's what I was sort of playing towards. Now, it might miss. The downside here is that it is possible that Make It Rain will miss, but we're doing it anyway. Missing that is bad too. Yeah, we really only had a 50-50 shot at a good Make It Rain there. I shouldn't have played. I always do it wrong. I always like I either play the Ruinous Path too early or too late, I feel like every time. This time was too early.
Nothing's lost.
It's just waiting to be found.
Danger pays.
Give me your spiderling. What? Oh, okay. I was like, what? What are you doing? Knock that off. Ah, just take it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm against Jinx TF. Isn't that counterproductive on both ends? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Bambooper, is this your first time fighting Casino? Good luck. Don't tell him, anybody. Don't tell him. They didn't play anything for 5 turns? Ah, Casino. Casino's so fun, dude. I love Casino so much. Did we just play Rune Runner here? Oh, we could also Fortune. Fortune Croaker actually makes sense. For gold I listen. I listen. For gold I listen.
A little further. Bingo.
Croaker allows spider pull? Oh, you're right. That is true. That is quite true. I hadn't considered that. Why am I getting all these Preservariums all of a sudden? TF? Make it rain? TF? Somebody? Anybody?
Wrap 'em up tight.
You pay first.
Ow. Ow, oof. Ouch, oof, owie, my bones. TF waiting room, Pog. This sure does look like a TF waiting room. That's not a... No, that's not a TF. Well, that's kind of game. That's kind of game.
Out here, you're moving or you're dead.
Oh, you did. Oh, well, yep, that's game over. We tried. It's Jungle Rammus. Jungle Rammus is OP. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Jungle Rammus OP.
Out of the way.
Humble yourself.
Humble yourself. I mean, you should block with the other Merciless Hunter, but what do I know? Maybe they're playing around Shapestone. We have 3 draws at Rune Runner. Three draws at double up. Yeah. We do have 3 chances to draw double up, which would win us the game with this play. None of those are... Yeah, ooh.
That's right. Run!
If I get the best make it rain of my life, we could actually not die here. I think.
Watch your head.
If the make it rain hits this and this.
I give you muscle.
You got legs.
Literally, if the make it rain hits either these three or this and this, and anything else doesn't matter, that's good enough, right? Triple keg make it rain? That's not enough. 1, 2, 3. That only does 4 damage. Triple keg make it rain. That doesn't deal. That would only deal 4 to the Nexus. If you guys are trying to hit the Nexus with this, that's not gonna cut it. If we hit these two, I guess it would have to be these 3. I have to hit this one. If we hit this one and these two, I don't die. If I hit this one and whatever the last one is irrelevant, I don't die. Ricochet make it rain though? If God, I wish Ricochet were not slow. Oh, oh wait, no, we have the answer to that. Wait, no, wait, that's not good enough. That doesn't work. That's fine. That ain't gonna cut it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Get out of here, Mogwai. Opponent threw? Opponent literally did throw. If they had put it here, they would have won the game. Like, if they had put it literally here. Yeah, if they put the Shapestone in this spot, that would have been game over for me. You alright there, buddy? I should give him the. Where's my Judgy Quinn? I'm not currently running the Judging Quinn. I love that emote. Just like, I don't know about that one. We even have right? Yeah. We even have right of negation. Tis true. Opponent got arrogant. Oh, that ain't gonna cut it. Stop it. One card in a Waking Sands. And a dream. You have to be done. You have to be done now. There's no way you have like a Whirling Death in there. There's no way that last card's like Whirling Death. There's no way it's Rite of Negation. There's no way it's another Shapestone. There's no way it's any of those. It's a unit. Yeah, got him. There's no way it's a myriad of the different answers you could have. It's none of them. Obviously. It's also definitely not Ruinous Path. Only I can run that card. How much mana do we have next round? We have 8 mana, which means not enough for line 'em up and Ricochet and the thing. The Chad play is to go for Ricochet, right? The Chad play is to just play a Ricochet. Are we ready to die to Ruinous Path? Ricochet is ass? Ricochet is the worst play. Ricochet has to be the worst play we could go for here. We have several options, and I'm pretty sure that's the worst one. I'm fairly confident in saying that Ricochet is the worst play we could go for here. It wins to Decimate? Yeah, but so does Line 'em Up. So does Line 'em Up. Plus Knock 'em down. Ricochet is the funniest, though. Line 'em up into Ricochet. Doing Ruin Runner plus Line 'em up. If I play Ruin Runner, I actually do die to Decimate. I'm pretty sure the best play is to just line 'em up and knock 'em down. If I play Ruin Runner, I actually do die to Decimate, and that would be bad. So we're just gonna knock them down. They usually don't run Decimate in this deck. That's true. I mean, I know that, but easy game. Honestly, can't believe we won without TF. I mean, When your opponent just throws the game away like that, sure, then you can win. Right? If your opponent just throws away the game by shapestoning the wrong unit, I mean, anything's possible then. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right, but that doesn't mean it wasn't right. Okay. This is not an easy deck. There's a lot of, this deck really opens up a lot of different lines of play. Do we double Croaker here? I kind of want to double Croaker here. I don't know, this looks like a decent hand to me. I love this deck, man. It's a pretty good deck.
Almost got it.
I'm being a disgusting backseeker, not gonna keep doing that, especially because I am a worse player. It's alright. Backseating for card games like this is it's only I mean, sometimes it's annoying, but I'm not annoyed. I am not currently annoyed, and it's only helpful, right? Being able to see, getting feedback from others and seeing plays you didn't see is only ever a good thing, right? It only makes you better at the game. So I never get mad when people backseat me. I'm never upset about it. Feel free. My point is, what I'm saying here is feel free. Feel free.
Gonna find a gift for an actin', right, Arda?
Not only is it working for me to climb, but climbing actually feels good. It used to feel dirty to climb. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with this deck as well. It just feels solid all around. And no one else is playing it. It's not like I'm ever running into mirrors. I think I have a slight advantage because people don't really understand what I feel like sometimes I have an advantage because people don't understand what the goal is. They're like, TF Sivir, those don't do anything together. And then you're like, haha, a keg, and they're like, oh, kegs. Oh no. You know, like they have to figure it out halfway through the game. What the heck is even going on?
Wrap 'em up tight.
Sometimes the view of the collective is better than your individual view as long as the person suggesting is being polite. Yeah, exactly. Don't, as long as you're not calling me mean names. Like, Ron B, you idiot. Obviously, like, the correct cancer is to suicide your TF with your own line 'em up. You know, as long as you're not being mean about it, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Pride filled us forever.
Game by Rob, you bully, play TF. No fear.
If I kill you, I don't fuck you.
Skip it. Ah, look at all these cheap, efficient blockers. These silly dummies just don't play your cards and hold everything so you always have an answer. That's, honestly, that's usually my problem. That's actually usually how I play the game. And it leads to problems more often than not. That's a good order.
Quit struggling.
My opponent could have attacked in a bad order
We
there,
got it first.
but they didn't attack in a bad order.
This
It'd be
one's
better
a
to do that, actually.
fighter.
It'd be better to do that, actually.
Your time cycle is done. Forgetting is death to an immortal.
Forgetting his death to an immortal.
Oh! The big plays! Oh, the big boy plays! Alright, so in case you're wondering what just happened there, my opponent played Call the Pack and put a Rek'Sai on top of their deck. And then attacked and got the Rek'Sai buff. And now they played Bloodbait, putting a Snapjaw Swarm on top of the Rek'Sai. So this card is now a fish, right? The Piranha that has a free attack. And this is a Rek'Sai. And they're gonna get the buff again. Ooh, I can't even do anything about it either. There's literally nothing I can do to stop that all from happening in exactly that order. Good play, good play, good play. There are only 2 cards we really need for this matchup. TF to stun Rek'Sai and Rite of Negation to stop Pike. Yeah.
A little further.
I mean,
Bingo.
all these cards are also good.
Got a lizard and a shovel.
Got a lizard and a shovel.
A duty fulfilled, a life undone. But silver I thought.
For gold, I listen. I mean, this is the part where we just double Waking Sands and maybe just kill our opponent? Potentially? Maybe, perhaps? You know what I mean? Like, watch out, friend? Where are you, spirit? Almost. So double up is a pretty cool card. The double up lethal here is Pog. It sure is. It sure is. Now double up will always not work if our opponent has a bone skewer. So there's that. What's more Pog? What's more Pog is this?
Deal me in.
No, Rek'Sai. No.
Hold it, partner.
Hold it, Rek'Sai. I'm gonna need you to go back in the deck for me, actually.
Outplayed.
This is the moment where, like, I imagine this is the part where Rek'Sai just like is doing her Rek'Sai thing and like tumbling through the sand, and she like bursts out and then like Twisted Fate just like flicks her on the nose, and she's just like, yeah, and just goes back down into the ground like, no, goes away again. Rek'Sai's so funny. This is a fun deck. This is a very, very fun deck. I am enjoying this immensely. Like, literally, this is probably my favorite deck to play after the patch. Well, maybe not my favorite deck to play, but if you add in strength plus enjoyability, then this is the best deck. If you factor in both strength of the deck and enjoyability of the deck, then this is definitely the best deck. My favorite deck is probably either the Queen or Echo. I like Echo decks. Echo decks are fun, but they're not exactly consistent. Oh, Nasus Thresh, huh? At Gamer Rob, you're literally the only streamer I can convince to play this deck. This deck is really fun, dude. I'm literally probably gonna take this to Squeeby's tournament on this weekend. Like, literally, I'm gonna bring it.
Forgetting is death to an immortal.
This kind of feels like a more aggressive version of TF Swain. Sniped? Sniped? Teching only against Rob. Oh, okay, come at me. You know what? Come at me, Lied. Come at me, Lied. Let's see it, bud.
I don't change fate,
But I can see it. Ba-da-da. Everyone says it's just a meme. Nah, this is not a meme at all. This is definitely not a meme. They probably think that because of the probably a few reasons, but we don't care. They're wrong. But we know they're wrong. This is looking like a pretty nifty, pretty schnifty red card here, isn't it? Pretty schnifty red card, isn't it?
Almost.
Oh, except he's actually just gonna open attack us. Whatever. Semantics. We could just knock him down. We could just line him up and knock him down, the Bakai Reaper, and then just go for the red card next round. Everything has 1 health anyway. That literally might be right. At Gamer Rob, can I get a role in Discord so that I can do announcements? Yes. Yes, remind me later and I will bestow upon you that honor. Yes.
Steady now.
Steady now. Yeah, we're taking that damage. Yeah, we're taking that damage. And then we're playing Sivir. Yes. And then we're playing red card next round.
You've got a problem, I've got a price.
Before he plays Thresh. Yep.
Gonna find a gift
Yep,
for an
that's the play.
Right, Arda?
Almost clicked on the gold card there.
Always up for a round or two.
I mean, to be honest, the deck might just be better if we cut the 1 Ricochet and relied on second copies of Sivir to get the effect. Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. God, that felt good. Just, red card. Craig has some red card, dude.
Darkness to the unseen.
Very true, very true. Black Spear?
The dark closes in.
The dark closes in.
That must be a Black Spear. Black Spear on TF? The Reaper Pog? Yeah. But Kai Reaper just saw the best red card of his entire life. From 2 attack to 7, dude. Yo, why aren't we running Nasus in this deck? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But actually though, we'd have a lot of slays right now. Nasus would be like 9-9? Nasus would be like 9-9 right now? I believe. That's not nice. That was not nice.
For silver I thought.
For gold I listen. Oh. Wait, that means he gets to hit me with Merciless Hunter. Wait, what? What? Hold on, that ain't right.
I go where the trouble is. It's never too far. You've got a problem?
I've got a price.
Gotta go with the flow.
You would have gone Perseverium and Runus? Really? Perseverium here?
The spirits will not tolerate your trespass.
They can take it up with my blade.
You tell him, Sivir, they can take it up with your blade. That's right.
Business as usual.
He wouldn't have the guts. He wouldn't have the guts to block with Nasus and Glimpse Beyond. He wouldn't have the guts to do that. 3 out of 4 though. Oh, 3 out of 4 though. Preservarium's pretty greedy. Preservarium has got to be really greedy here. That can't be the play. Preservarium.
This pay by the hour.
Preservarium has got to be greedy. Oh, interesting.
All are measured.
Nothing personal.
So this does level up Thresh. Alright, Reputation is now active.
I know what I'm worth.
We weren't expecting callers. Oh yes, it does our visitors.
Ah, that was a good play. He's playing around Make It Rain really well. Okay. I thought for sure this last card was an atrocity. I was convinced that was like definitely an atrocity. Oh, hello, Rune Runner.
Seen tombs, towns, and
Everything in between. Rune Runner has to be the play. Rune Runner has to be the play. I agree.
Packed 'em good.
Yep. Man, this deck from opponent seems super oppressive. What do you mean? What do you mean? We're gonna kill him. They ain't got shit.
It's a living.
That ain't gonna cut it, friend. You need a lethal more than that. There you go. The problem is removal, right? The problem is any sort of reactive thing from our opponent would be bad for us here. Like any sort of reactive thing. Vile Feast and Black Spear, Rite of Negation would all be quite bad for me. Now we just hit with Make It Rain. I mean, if we play Make It Rain and our opponent has Vile Feast, Thresh still dies, so we definitely do it. Because it kills Thresh no matter what they have, unless it's Rite of Negation. And if we force out a Rite of Negation, I mean, like, whoop-de-doo, we forced out a Rite of Negation. That's also good. Yeah. So we definitely play it. Easy game. Nice. Clean, I would say. That is a clean Make It Rain. Wow.
Guess who just earned her bonus?
Wow, look at that. Are we Diamond 1 now? Ooh, we're Diamond 1 now. I think that's a good place to stop. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fantastic. That's pretty good.